All right, here we go. We are in the book of Ruth, chapter 3, page 1323 of our Biblia Hebraica Stuttgartensia. Ruth, chapter 3. And we begin in verse 11, if my memory serves me, and often it does not. Verse 11. All right. Let's have someone read to the Otnach in verse 11, and then we'll go from there.
I'll do it.
All right.
The Atah, Biti, Al Tiri, Kol, Asher, Tomari, Esha, Lok.
All right. Very good. See if you can translate that.
And you.
All right. Now, if it were you, how would it be spelled? And I know this is really easy to get confused.
Probably different than that, since you're asking me.
Spelled with an olive.
With an olive.
Okay.
So with an ion, it means now.
Okay. So, and now my daughter.
Good. Now, this all word is a negation, somewhat like low. Remember low? Mm-hmm. But all gets used with verbs like in the jussive, for example. Who may? Yeah. Well, like may is with the subjunctive, and who is with the indicative, exactly. I wonder if I'm ever going to be able to teach Greek again.
They've got you slotted for next year. They've got the schedules.
Oh, do they?
I think so. I'm pretty sure you're.
Well, am I ever going to be able to actually, switch mindsets from Hebrew back to Greek?
They'll start preaching the New Testament by next fall.
I'll be, instead of new,
I'll be saying this is like the.
Yeah, this is like Hebrew. Yeah, this is like the Celtic. Anyhow, yeah. So that gives you a hint about this verb here too. So it's a negation. So what's the vocabulary word of that verb there?
You guess Yara.
Yeah, what would that mean?
I don't remember.
Any help? Yara?
To be in awe of or afraid of.
Yeah, to fear.
Okay. So, my daughter, do not be afraid.
All right, so jussive is kind of a sort of command sort of thing. It's not imperative. So it's a way of doing a command here with the negative. All right, so very good. That's your right on.
All which you said?
Yeah, I mean the English tense is a little bit up for grabs here because we don't have a vav conversive, so we have a regular imperfect here. So I mean it probably isn't everything which you will say, but maybe I might translate it everything which you say.
Okay. Everything which you say. I will do for you.
Excellent. Very nice. All right, who would like to carry on from there?
I can carry on.
All right, go for it.
Can we translate or pronounce it?
No, pronounce first and then translate.
Ki Yod Dea
Kol Kametz Katu. Closed unaccented syllable. So when you see this word that means all, it's always pronounced, at least the way I would pronounce it, it's always pronounced the same, even though it might be spelled with a Kametz Katu or Holem, it's always Kol.
Cool. Yeah. Kol Sha'ar. Armini.
Yimi. Sorry, Ami.
Kai. No, Ki. Ashat. Ashat. Ashat.
Mm-hmm.
Hail. Ot.
Good. I probably pronounce that Chayil.
Chayil.
All right, go. Good job. Go ahead and give that a translation.
Okay. Because
Okay, now we're looking at Yodea, right?
yeah,
All right. What do you think the Yod is?
Yitol.
Okay, it's a performative. That's right.
Imperfect.
So we're probably looking at imperfect. I have a furtive pantah. Do you see that there before the ayin?
Yes.
Okay, so we can ignore that in terms of determining our form here, because the furtive pantah just gets thrown in for good measure, right?
Yeah, measure.
All right. Now, now the Yod could be a preformative, but is it here? What do you think the vocabulary form is? A couple of things could be happening here. That Vav could be a literally lengthened Yod, as you see that happen in some cases. What vocabulary word do you think we're dealing with here?
Yada.
Yada, and we are. But that Vav is not a lengthened Yod. There's something else is going on here. So the Yod here, because if you went through your mind and tried to figure out all the possibilities, nothing would fit here.
Is it a Pia?
No.
Nifal?
No. No, if it were a Nifal, it would have to have a noon in it somehow.
But not an imperfect.
Even if it's assimilated.
Oh, I see.
And I would expect to have different vowel pointing for a nifal. So that the vowel pointing is not going to work for a nifal. The vowel point is in an imperfect. The vowel point is not going to work for anything. The vowel point is not working for me with a cow. Because in fact, when do I ever have a cholam vowel that goes with a performative? Yeah, in an imperfect. In fact, I can look over here at my participle. Yeah, it is a participle. It's a cow participle. But if I take a look at my
Active participle.
in fact, if I come over here,
Doing.
first place guttural, first place olive. Well, I want to say first place Yod verb. Let's see if they give me that. And I would yield here.
432.
Yeah, you're right. 432, right there. All right. Now, I have a nifal perfect, and here's the case where you see it up on the top of the page. Here's the case where that Yod literally lengthens into a vav, a cholam vav, right? But I'd have to have a noon in front of it for that to work, and it doesn't work. Okay.
Now, in the nifal.
Yeah, and in the nifal imperfect, when I have a Yod first in the first position, look how in the perfect that Yod literally lengthens into a vav, but it's not a cholam, and I have a vowel under the performative. See. So that's not going to fly. In the nifal, I can have that Yod lengthening out like that, but I either have to have a noon. If it's a cholam, I have to have a noon in front of it, or it's not a cholam vav, right? So what I end up having is, remember if you look at the first page, our strong verbs, it'll give you the right thing. The participle, a coattail kind of thing right there. That's what we have right here with the furtive pop thrown in. So yo day. See how I have a coattail vowel pattern right there? So that's a cal active participle, masculine, nominative, singular. Masculine, nominative, masculine, singular.
So in that, so the yo in the front is for the
part of vocabulary form. And the colon vav is just the vowel of the participle.
oh, that's yeah. Okay.
Now here, it's spelled defectively without the vav, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's, and whether you have a holum or holum vav, that's not very clear. Right?
So how would you translate that? How would you translate an active participle?
Well, for right now, knowing, but we're going to end up in English having to give that a finite verb kind of translation.
Okay.
Because we're going to be using lots of participles in these verses for finite verbs.
Oh boy. Okay. So kol would be all or each, right?
Yep.
And sha'ar is gate.
Okay.
On me. Is that the ending? Is that one of those phenomenal suffixes?
Yep. It sure is.
Is it first I?
Mm-hmm.
So it would be I am?
No, well, what does mean?
Good. No.
Hmm?
People. My people.
My people. All right. Now, let's stop there because that's kind of a phrase, right? Because knowing every gate of my people. Now, you might be tempted to make every gate of my people the object of the verbal idea, but it's the subject. Remember, subjects come second usually in Hebrew. So we have a little idiom going on here, right? Every gate of my people knows. Because every gate of my people knows. Now, what are they talking about? Gate. If you look at gate in DDB, it can be used to mean city. And it's because, cities have walls and gates. And the gates are where they did business, right?
People coming in and out.
Yeah, well, obviously people are coming in and out, stuff like that. But, they held court, or whatever. They did the official business of the city at the gate, or a gate of the city. We're going to see Boaz going to the gate of the city later, right? So what he's saying here is everybody in town, basically, right? All of the city, you could translate this. So all of the city knows. Now, key here is a lot like hati, right? All the city knows that, so it's giving the content of what is known here, right? It could be an indirect or a direct quote, but does everybody follow that now? Even though that's a participle, we've got to give it a finite verb translation in English. So literally, because knowing every gate of my people, because every gate of my people is knowing that. Okay, go on. Tim, you have any questions? Okay, that a shet. Now here's where we're going to test you. Here's where we're going to have to say to you, remember your endings.
Good point. I want to say it's an alternative. Isn't it called alternative ending?
Well, in a sense it is. No, it's not a participle, it's a noun. What if it was Isha? Woman? So what kind of ending would et be on Isha? Well, we're thinking feminine. What feminine et ending? Now, you're right about it being similar to participle endings. But this is on the noun. In fact, that's good that you remembered that. That's encouraging. I'm waiting for your wife to bail us out here because she knows this.
Finally, it's in plural.
Well, it's not plural.
Constructive?
Constructing?
Construct ending, that's right. Remember that? So our regular endings are blank, eam, oat. Our construct endings are what? Blank, a, Sarah, yod, et, and then oat, the same ending. So the masculine singular is the same in the construct and the absolute ending. The feminine plural is the same in the construct and the absolute ending, but the masculine plural changes to Sarah, yod, and the feminine singular changes to various things, but some maybe et is a good thing to have in your mind for that. So we have a feminine construct ending, singular. Feminine singular construct ending on this noun. So the vocabulary form is isha, woman, and since it's construct, it goes to a shet. Now, what does it mean for it to be construct? We have a construct chain here, as Cyrus said. Because a woman, that's a vocabulary.
Woman of strength.
A woman of strength. You see that now? You might need to look at those construct endings back in that chapter. All right. Well, hopefully you don't right now, but if you're reminded that if you need to look at those endings there. So, because a woman of strength ought. Now, if it's ata with a hey on the end of it, it's going to be you, masculine. Ought, you, feminine. Got to supply a verb of being. Would you do that for us, please?
Would I?
Yeah.
And.
Thank you. It's only and isn't very good English.
You just wanted one. You didn't say which one. For this context?
Please.
Is. It's going to be. Are.
Okay, so we'll go back and translate your part again. We're doing the whole rule of backing up and.
Because all my peeps at the gates. Oh wait, more little probably. Everyone at the gate is knowing that. Because I want to say I am a woman of strength. It's not.
That'd be you.
You are a woman of strength because of that, right?
Well, odd is you. So a woman of strength, you literally. A woman of strength, you are you, or you are. Now, in English, we might turn around and say you are a woman of strength. Right? This is Boaz talking, so hopefully it's you and not I. All right, who'd like to tackle verse 12? We're past our 15 minutes here. Cyrus, who do you think should tackle verse 12?
I'm going to go with Tim.
Tim, that would have been my choice.
Vata ki amena ki
There's no vowel point there, is there?
no,
We got something going on. It's not
Rega.
pronounceable, and I got my little dot above it, and even a letter by it. So
What is this deal?
Well, it's the word
Just
eem.
M, just say M.
It's eem with issues.
Eem with issues.
Mm.
Ki,
Yeah.
Mm.
Goel. Alaki. Avagan. Ish. Keep going.
Yeah.
Goel.
Mm-hmm.
Karo. Memeni.
Yeah. Now, normally when you have a word you can't pronounce and you got that little circle above it, you're looking at a ketiv kareh, right? The ketiv, that which is written in the text, is one thing. The kareh, what you say. So you look over at the kareh, and so if you're reading this, that might be what's written, but that's not what you say. That's not what you call out, right? So if you look over at the left-hand margin, so look up toward the top of that margin. See all of those kof standing for kareh with the words above them? You see them all right there? We went through those before, right? You see them, Tim?
Right here.
He's talking about these times you see there's a code.
Kof, and then there's the word, the kareh is written above it.
Yeah.
Well, if you come over to that to the margin on our verse 12, well, there's no kof.
No.
And
No kofi.
so what's going on here? Now, there's an A there, so that refers us to the bottom of the page. So I can look at verse 12A and read multiple manuscripts as the kareh. So they're saying there's a kareh there. The Q stands for kareh, right? So they're saying there's a kareh there, but it isn't in the margin.
So where is it?
Well, my assumption at this point is that the kareh is to omit it. So in other words, many manuscripts actually have that omitted. I do know BDV says that in the Qumran text of this, the eem is omitted. So that would lend credence to that. But, this is kind of tough. So that's how come I called Dennis Revlin today, to see if he would, give me a little help on this. And that's basically the conclusion he came to. He actually could read this Aramaic over here. And he told me that that Aramaic says that eem is written in this way, ki eem, and particularly about the makate, because you expect the makate to be the line that connects them to the two of them. He said eem is written this way 8 times in the Old Testament. Interesting. So this is one of 8 or 7 times. You can't remember now if it's 7 or 8. So this is one of 7 or 8 times in the Old Testament that this is written in this way. So basically, what it's wanting you to do is leave out that eem. And we have really a line of words here. This reminds me of Philippians 3 when you get this, menu, gay, kind of all this stuff in Philippians 3 where you have all these conjunctions and particles stuck together and blah, blah, blah. Well, that's what we have here. So if you'll tell me the first word, I'll help you with that other part of it. Ata.
And you.
Huh?
You and you.
Now, you guy had the answer last time, Mr. Tim.
Oh, and now.
Okay.
And you is still different than all
I was thinking that was going to be a no-brainer right there. All right, and now, and then if you can look it up in your dictionaries, ki and nom, and you can actually find that structure there. And and it's related to the amen word that we're looking at anyway. But this structure means surely, indeed, and then ki means something similar to that. So you just have you have a doubling of it, and that's why they want to leave the eem out. So you have really, surely, truly, certainly, kind of a thing, almost. Right? So, but we translate it, and now certainly, and then goyeo anoki. What would that be?
Redeemer, Gael, or kinsman redeemer.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
key, I.
Now remember, there's the Atnak, so we need to be able to pause. In other words, grammatically, everything before the Atnak should be able to work together into something that makes sense, right? So I'm not going to look past the Atnak right now. See,
So truly, verily, surely, you are a redeemer.
who is?
And now, truly, very, or surely.
Right. I'm good there. I'm good up to that point.
Well, you got to include the key, I.
Right.
I'm a redeemer.
Yeah, but you said you before. You probably didn't mean to, but it's I.
Yeah, I.
But you know that. I know you know that. I am. You can even say, I am a close relative, but.
Or a kinsman redeemer.
But kinsman redeemer. Yeah, I like that. So I think that's the deal here. Okay, keep going. And I think Vav here is probably but.
Oh, so keep going at Lagam.
Yeah.
Lagam-ish. But your people?
No. What's yesh? Well, you don't know gam? Now that's not this is gam.
Oh, well. Also. Also, yes, your.
Yesh.
There is.
There is.
Kinsman redeemer.
It sounds like a song. There is a redeemer. Okay, there is a kinsman redeemer, Karov. Karov means close, and then Mimeni. What does that mean? Yeah, from me. But in this context, it's going to be a comparative. So then you'd make that closer than me. Right?
Shouldn't it be Ani? Ani, I, or me?
No, Mimeni is min from with the one CS ending. So when you do that, you end up doubling the main.
Double the main. No.
Actually, you tripled the main. Right? It's got a dogish in it.
Literally.
Yeah.
Mimeni.
Yeah. But that's what it is, min with the one CS suffix. Right? It's not even right to say literally, but I will. Literally is close from me. But it's really a comparative, so it means closer than me. Because remember, min is a way of doing a comparison in Hebrew.
Right.
Okay. So that's what we have. All right, very good. Nice. All right, who else needs to read?
John.
Sean. All right, Sean. Let's do some damage on verse 13.
Should I go to Adonai?
Yeah, Atnak. Yeah, go to the Atnak.
Or the Adonai?
Do you ignore?
Okay. Layini, Halila, Adonai, Baboker, Im, Yigolak, Tov, Yigol, Vim, Lao. Am I past the Atnak yet?
No, keep going.
Yehethos, Legolach. Man, it's a bad place for Atnak.
Two words from the
Yeah. Okay. Begalotik, Anoki, Chai, Adonai, Shakobi. Oh, I'm thinking, sorry. Okay. Okay. Just say, for it came to happen the night. I'm sorry. Okay. God in the morning. Okay, so something at night in the morning. And it came to happen.
That is a bad place for a mountain. Okay, we're going to help you extra, okay? Okay,
came to happen and God came in the morning and the night with...
Wait a minute. Where are you getting God?
I guess that's not the case. I was thinking Yahweh, but that's not the... Okay.
Yeah, and I can't blame you for doing that, so that's very similar.
Vahaya. And then kind of similar to, I mean, came to... Okay. And, for it came to pass, or for it came to happen, in the night, and it came in the morning with your kinsman redeemer, your good kinsman redeemer, who redeemed and
Okay, hang on a second now. All right. Lini, what is that?
I'm thinking it's a preposition with unique. Behold, right? This is to Lini. Yeah, I don't know.
Any guesses?
I think that's preposition.
Is it from alive?
Huh?
In book or something like that? Towards the book of the morning and the night? Is it lodge?
Yeah. Okay, so loon. Now, I also can't blame you for thinking that was lamed with a 1 CS suffix on it, but that's not what it is. They're making me go over to lean here. Yeah, lean. So in holiday, page 176.
Holiday. 176 vacation.
C. Now you're in BDB. What page is it, BDB?
Sorry.
That's okay. You can be in BDB.
33.
533. What letter? C. 533 C.
It's right below
It is too. The demon relating to sexual Poor Fraser.
Yeah, lodge, pass night by, probably.
Yeah, do you see our form in here?
Not yet, but I'm sure it's there.
Look for the cal imperative.
Perfect.
IMPV. So we have here yicto, ticto, ticto, tictoli, right? So that's where the E comes from, and then you take the performative off. So lini, it becomes the imperative to cal imperative to SS, right?
To abide. So,
do you see your form there, Jeff, on your form?
to abide.
It's going to be there. So remain, stay. In fact, my second meaning here is spend the night. And it says it happens that way often.
Remain through the night.
So 13, and then you have Halayala, which is tonight. So, stay tonight.
Okay, stay tonight.
and haya. Now haya is the vocabulary form of that, right?
Yeah.
So that's a cal perfect 3ms to be, right, with a reversing vowel line. So, and now we're going to say it in for English, and it will be. You everybody follow that?
Good night, and it will be morning.
And it will be, comma, ba boker. Now the ba is the bait prepositional prefix. Is there? Is
The has been a definite article to replace a definite article.
Is there a definite article too?
I would imagine because there's a dogish in the bait and the pot.
Bingo, you got it, perfect. Okay, so there's a definite article there too. So what does bait mean? In. So in the morning. So, and it will be in. There you go. Feels good, doesn't it? And it will be in the morning. If.
You are redeemed.
Close. But this is yiktol. You would have to have a tav performative, right? Yiktol, tiktol. Yiktolu, tiktol.
Okay. Well, if he redeems you.
There you go. Very good. Excellent. How did that happen? Because we have a 3ms if he redeems, and then a 2fs suffix. You see that? If he redeems you. Very nice, Sean. I like that. Okay. If he redeems you. Now, what stem would that be in? Yig ale. What stem do you expect that to be in? Well, what stems have a hieroc under their performative?
Imperfect.
Cal. It's an imperfect. That's right. Cal's a possibility. What's the other possibility? Just in terms of the hieroc under this performative. Nifal. But do I have a dogish in my first root letter, which could take a dogish? No. Do I have a comets under my first root letter?
No.
I actually have the vowel points consistent with.
Cal.
That's right. Cal and nailed it. Cal and perfect 3ms plus
a second 2fs pronoun.
2fs. Because it's roots they're talking about. So excellent. Well done. So, and it will be in the morning if he redeems you. Good.
Again, it's going to be he's redeeming.
Now this is exactly the same form as we had before without the suffix.
And if not,
but it isn't imperfect here. It's probably jussive, right?
And if not, if he is not redeeming.
But wait a minute, we're moving on too fast here because we have good,
right?
And then yig ale is probably adjussive, so let him redeem, right? So if he redeems you, good, let him redeem. Understood?
Okay.
You. But okay, now carry on. Very good.
And if not, yichavutz.
All right. Now let's just stop and deal with this here. What do you think the yod is going to be? It's going to be a performative. Okay.
And it'll be a 3ms.
Okay. So chafatz. Let's just take a look at that. That's a word we need to take a look at.
Hapos.
Yeah. Chafatz.
No, there's a little dogish in there, so we'll make Oh, yeah, I noticed that at 9 o'clock. You probably going. I'm going to take an hour to take one.
Okay, so what do we have? We see our form here.
Delighted.
Be pleased to desire.
Okay. Now there's an odd thing here. This is taking a patak under the performative instead of the hieroc, isn't it? Right. So this is an odd form. Weak. It's a weak verb, right? The chet makes it a weak verb. So, yeah. So, how would you translate this?
He delights in him. And if not, he delights in.
Or let's call it want. That's actually the first definition I have for it, want or desire. So let's call it want. How would you translate it?
And he wants, or he, to redeem you.
Okay, yeah. Still, okay, if what? And if what?
And if not, he, right, because lo is not. So
That's right.
Okay. And if not, he wants to redeem you.
Yeah, but put that in better English. If
If he doesn't want to redeem you.
bingo. All right, now, and look at this. Brilliant on the to redeem you. Okay, you kind of got that intuitively, didn't you?
Yeah.
And that's still that ga'al verb, right? How would you parse that ga'al verb?
It would be an infinitive construct with the preposition mami,
Absolutely.
to
Very good.
or
Plus
and then a pronominal suffix to ms.
fs. That's great. So y'all see that? Yes, Tim?
Just for curious, under the hafats,
Mm-hmm.
what is the little S racetrack looking thing?
Accent mark.
Accent mark?
You can find that in your little accent chart. That little piece of paper.
I didn't get one of this book,
Well,
Kind of stiffy.
I asked for a refund. That's why you can lose those so easily. Okay, so, and if he does not want to redeem you,
Okay. Ugati. There's a lot of redeeming stuff in there.
yeah, that's right.
Well, I'm trying to think. The shurik isn't evolved because it's not a BMP, right? So it means something else. I don't know what it means.
Yeah, the shurik, that's just, maybe you might translate that then.
Okay.
So, do I have a performative?
No, you don't.
So then it's not an imperfect, right? Because if it was, every imperfect has a performative.
Yeah.
So what is it?
It's going to be blank ha ta ta ti.
Exactly. So it's a perfect, first common singular.
Yes. If not, I will redeem you.
Yeah, and I think that, well,
And
then
then
I think that shurik there is really functioning as a reversing vowel. Because the perfect, you might want to make that past tense, but with a reversing vowel, you make it future. I will redeem you. Do you understand that?
Okay.
Does everybody understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Then I will redeem you, and the anoki is the preposition. And it wouldn't have to be there, so it's there for emphasis, right? I myself will redeem you. Okay. Chai.
Bye.
Okay. And then Adonai. So this is kind of a saying of that goes with oaths. How would you do that? Oaths. What?
As the Lord
As the Lord lives. As Yahweh lives. As Yahweh lives, I will redeem you. So
It's a done deal.
that's right.
Okay.
Come on, Kim, you gotta finish this out. Help you out now.
Okay, Kim. That's the Yatnak, so finish it out. Good job.
Shikavi Ad Booker.
Is this all you're reading tonight? You haven't read it? Okay, we're going to be tough on you because you're going to have to get all of this then.
Yeah. Tough. You guys be tough. Oh no. I'll be
You've got broccoli and beans with them too. I saw them.
So, lie down until the morning.
All right, can you parse Shikvi for us?
Well, cause is the stem.
Mm-hmm.
Unperformative. The subformative is you. You lie down. QFS.
Yeah.
So, I'm tempted to say 3FS, how perfect, but I don't think that's what it is.
No, it's not. Well, how'd you translate it?
You lie down as an imperative.
Okay, so how come it isn't that?
I don't know. Because an imperative is where you don't have you take away the performative, correct?
Is there a performative?
Kinda.
Is there a performative?
Well, the here
Well,
isn't a performative.
that's an
but-
odd spelling, but that's not a performative. So the performative's gone. You expect a shabbat there that you're not getting, but that's just how that one is spelled. And so you have the tik-to-li ending, don't you?
Mhm.
But you don't have the t performative.
So it's an imperfect. Imperative. Well, I know it's imperative, but I can't figure out.
Okay, what's the stem?
Shukal. Oh, the stem. The cow.
Cal, imperative,
2 FS.
2FS from
From Shukal.
Chikav.
To like it.
Okay, excellent. Well, all right. Now so lie down until morning. That's an imperative. So now our rule of going back kicks in. So Kim, can you translate verse 13 for us?
Whew. Okay. So remain for the night, and it will be in the morning if he redeems you good. He will, or let him redeem. If he does not want to redeem you, I myself will be your redeemer, as Yahweh or the Lord lives. Lie here until the morning.
You had to make one mistake at the end, didn't you? Although it really isn't such a mistake. You can add here if you want to.
Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna here.
Lay down to the morning. Well, I think she deserves a hand. Just for paying so good attention to that whole thing. That's awesome. Okay, very good. Okay, so next time, we're not going over it tonight. Next time, quiz on the next 5 verses. Actually, you're only responsible to do the next 5 verses, I think. Check the syllabus. So work on that on your own.
You say next 5, begin at 13 or next... What?
14. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's what we'll cover next time. In fact, that's till the end of the chapter. 2 we covered today.
26 and 7?
The PL chapters, yeah. Whatever those were, I'm not in those anymore. Whatever the PL chapters are. Okay?
Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom.